A 57-yard scamper negated via penalty. It'll now be a 1st and 8 from the Team West 45. He'll operate out of the gun, a 3-wide set. Malik Lovett into the game as the slot receiver. Delay handoff to the near side. That's Jamichael Hayes, and he's able to ramble across midfield out to the 49-yard line. He'll make it 46 and a 1st down, a gain of 8.
Going back to the quarterback for the West, John Kolar, who's going to be attending Oklahoma State next year, Nick. What's interesting is the high school he attended, Norman North, is located in Norman, Oklahoma, where the University of Oklahoma is. So he decides to go to the rival school instead of the home school.
The school that's in his own city. That's phenomenal. Another gain of 10 for Kolar and a 1st down. We talked about all these quarterbacks. I think none's been more impressive, at least in one drive, than John Kolar.
That's
Another 1st down. This time there is no flag for his efforts, and a 1st down pickup. Jamichael Hayes, Baylor commit, there on the delay give, up the middle, wiggles inside the 35, and crawls ahead to about the 32, a gain of 3.
I'm totally convinced Pete Duffy, coach of the West, is totally content with just a all backfield type of offense. It's the quarterback running and the running back. No wide receivers involved, nor a tight end.
33 yards rushing for Team West in the first half. They have more than that on this drive. Delay handoff to number 33, Jamichael Hayes, and he'll run sideline to sideline before being bumped out of bounds after a loss of 3. Now back to a 3rd and 10 here, Dan, from no man's land, the 35 of Team East.
So Kolar putting together a decent drive for the West. And Nick, what would you do in a situation like his? Would you go to the local school, or would you go to the crosstown rival?
I'm going Oklahoma State, buddy. I'm going to a team that actually is on the rise. A deep shot is tapped away and incomplete as Kolar was trying to find John Humphrey for the 1st down. That pass is batted away by Christian Bell, defensive end at 6'4", 250. And now with a 4th down and 11, John Kolar and the offense is staying out there. They're going to go for it.
John Kolar getting a taste of what he'll see in the next level. These bigger, badder defensive linemen that all they need to do is just put up a hand and your ball's batted.
This is the first long drive for Kolar, and all of a sudden it's a 4th down and 12. Snap is back, looking right. Pump fake, he'll take it himself, and he's ridden down after a gain of 1, maybe 2, well shy of the 1st down make. That was at the 25. It'll be a turnover.
Both of his deep wide receivers were both covered by a safety and a defensive back, and then his other 2 wide receivers were just well short of the 1st down. Kolar electing to go for a run, trying to get a 1st down, caught well short. Now it'll be East ball.
Well, you saw the good for John Kolar, the long scramble down the sideline. He was pretty effective getting all of his running backs involved, if you will, but then you saw the bad. He was hesitating. He was second-guessing that throw and ended up, 1, getting batted away on 3rd down, and 2, ended up just taking a 2-yard run on 4th. Your impressions of Kolar on that drive?
Well, he didn't show us much other than his ability to run the ball while under pressure. And again, it's really tough to take away anything from this ball game because of the rule changes and just the system that these guys are running. Obviously, a brand new system for each of these quarterbacks here tonight.
Well, Austin Joyner is supposed to announce his commitment right now. This is a man who, out of Team East, Team West, my apologies, has been a highly effective cornerback here for this ball club, but we will wait for a little while for his commitment announcement, if you will. That's the last commitment we will hear here tonight, here for the All-American Bowl, for the Semper Fidelis.
Let's see what we predicted, Nick. I think we went with Washington. That's what we said.
We both think that he will go to Washington, of course.
I take that back. I said Boise. Remember,
Boise State.
This is the Washington product. He's got Washington and Washington State and Boise State on top of his board.
Well, Austin Joyner's not even in the football game right now. He's the cornerback here for Team West out of Washington, as we already mentioned. no matter who's in that football game, though, they have had their fair share of struggles. We'll send it down to the sideline. Austin Joyner will announce his commitment. Will he go to Washington? Boise State is up there in the mix as well. This is a man who's been highly touted out of his state of Washington. We send it down to the field for the commitment announcement for cornerback Austin Joyner.
He was the Player of the Year in the state of Washington as well.
Out of Marysville Pilchuck High School in Marysville. And he will announce that he is moving his talents to Washington.
So the Washington product stays in state, and he will play just down the street from where his high school is at. So the local product will stay in state.
Of the 99 players that have been invited to this phenomenal showing here for the All-America Bowl, Washington is the only, Joyner is the only commit to move on to the University of Washington. Delay handoff to Larry Scott for Team East, and he's still moving inside the 40, and he is tripped up, but not before he picks up a Team East first down. That was a punishing run for Larry L.J. Scott, making a gain of 11.
So Larry Scott acting with emotion and finally proving that the East wants to close this game out.
Larry Scott make it 7 carries for 50 yards, and he'll get the pistol handoff. Right side, now near midfield, outside the numbers, down to the 50-yard stripe. And in a Marshawn Lynch beast mode type run, able to, off a cloud of dust, gain about 6 near another first down.
And I like your NFL comparison because that's really exactly how he runs. I mean, the guy is running with both hands on the ball, just barrels through and kicks his knees very high.
Well, runs like that make it very easy for an offensive coordinator, making him look like a genius. Burrow takes a deep shot down the field. A leaping grab is made inside the West 35. That was Travion Samuel, who was there to make the pitch and catch for 15 yards to move the chains. First down.
Travion Samuel, he's a guy who could do it all. You could line him up in the backfield as a running back. You could flank him out as a wide receiver, and showing us why the University of Louisville is getting a great pickup.
That is the second catch today for Travion Samuel. Delay handoff to, make it an end around. That's another give to Joe Burrow. And he'll run out of bounds, going sideline to sideline for no gain. Make it 2nd and 10.
Joe Burrow trying to make something happen. Instead gets pushed out of bounds and will live another day. That defender was coming full steam ahead trying to take him out.
Well, it's been a clinic here for Joe Burrow, Team East, and the rest of the men involved for that side of the football. It's 10-0 Team East. It could have been even worse with a couple strip sack incompletions, as they call by the referees, and missed field goals. This could be a whole lot bigger of a deficit than 10-0 for Team West. Burrow is pressured, and down he goes. A sack on the play. That is the second today for Noah Jefferson out of Liberty High School. He has committed to USC as well, and the USC commits are really making a name for themselves tonight.
Wow, USC really got themselves someone super special. 6'6", almost 300 pounds, listed as a defensive tackle, so he might convert on over to the offensive line as an offensive lineman, but USC is stacked.
As we can see, he can play some defense.
Oh, yeah.
2 sacks today already.
There you go.
Back to throw Burrow. He's pressured again. Deep throw going to a wide open Samuel inside the 5. Fumbled the football. It's recovered in the end zone, and that should be a touchback. Travion Samuel had himself an end zone score, and yes, sir, they will call it a turnover. Second of the day for Team East, keeping the west side of things in it.
Just when I was talking well about Travion Samuel, he goes on and he fumbles the ball into the end zone.
That is the worst possible scenario for Samuel there.
Yeah, this game could have been 16-0, and now the West finding a way, and the turnover game again playing a factor tonight.
Maybe you can blame some of the field conditions. Samuel did slip and fall inside the 5. This stadium has hosted a combined, I think, 6 football games, all of which are championship ball games, and then a Pop Warner championship earlier today, and that may have played a role. The delay handoff up the middle, that's to Lonnie Powell, and the Cal commit has got his way up for a gain of 8 yards, and he's near another first down.
Lonnie Powell trying to get his West Side over to a scoring drive, and it'll take the running game to get established here in the second half for the West.
That'll be Sharon Jones to the outside, rambles ahead across the 30. He's got the first down and skips forward for a gain of 5. And a first down pickup for Sharon Jones in the West. Now clock is stopped with 7:24 to go, third quarter. And new life for a West team that is on the beneficiary of the second fumble today for Team East.
Bottom line is the West needs points off the turnover right now.
Sharon Jones, check down underneath. That'll be to his other halfback. That's Powell inside the 40, and will run ahead to the 44-yard line. My apologies, that is Malik Lovett, his first reception today. Good for a first down.
Lined up as a running back, and that one's getting coming from the backfield.
Well, he has no problem getting his footing here at StubHub Center. Delay handoff to Powell, and he's loose. Sideline 45, inside the 40, and will run ahead out of bounds at the 38-yard line. Another first down, Dan. Make it 3 on this drive alone.
And I credit Sharon Jones. I mean, the guy's going to be inside the pocket, patiently looking for every single one of his wide receivers. They're finding his guy to the flats, getting another big-time pickup.
That'll be a gain of 20 as Hayes will take the delay give for a loss of 2. Team East was all over that one, and it brings up a second down and long. And this is exactly where Team West always seems to bog down offensively, the 40-yard line of East.
It's when they're in enemy territory that things get difficult for the West.
Jordan Davis, who had the thumping catch early on in the first half. He's the tight end here. It's a 3-wide set. Sharon Jones, another flanker route to the flat. Good to Malik Lovett. Sprints ahead, looking for the first down. And he may be just a little bit short and is knocked out of bounds at the Team East 29.
The combination between Sharon Jones to Malik Lovett, it's most likely going to be an X-Factor combo, Nick, tonight.
And we take a look at Lovett and his skill set. It is perfect for those short routes and third and short scenarios. Third and a foot. Handoff up the middle to Powell, and shot out of a cannon goes the running back Powell. Good for 9 and a Team West first down. Move the chains.
If I'm the West coach, Pete Duffy, right now, since I'm in red zone territory, I take a shot towards the end zone, Nick.
And why not go to Kemah Siverin? I know he dropped the touchdown earlier, but you got to believe that the man who's been so effective receiving the football may have another chance here. Sharon Jones will run all the way to the left-hand side to only gain about a yard. Sharon Jones has done more than his fair share of sprinting here today, but most of which has just been east and west. No north and south running for the quarterback.
In a year that's been considered the year of the quarterback here in the CIF Southern section, Sharon Jones is definitely one of the top dogs in the Southern section, Nick.
Out of Rancho Verde High School, it's a second down and 9 for Jones. This is the first time since early on in the opening quarter that Team West has been inside the Team East 30-yard line, and it looks like the Duffy and company will call a timeout. That'll be their first charge break of the half.
Some might say it's a little too early, or what's the point of calling timeout? Well, when you're in enemy territory, especially in red zone territory,
you want to get it right.
You want to get it right, and you want to tell your players, we need to come away with points right now. Being down 10-0 late in the second half, I mean, hey, it's about time.
I know it's very tempting for Team West to go ahead and just settle for a field goal here, but you got to think touchdown first. I know that's really I know it's easier said than done, if you will, but Team West can ill afford to try this hard to get inside the 20 for the first time and try and kick another field goal.
I mean, this is the Semper Fi Bowl. It is a Marine Corps theme, and they've got to take on a Marine Corps mentality and just punch it in somehow.
Well, it'd just be fitting for Team West to win this football game in a Marine Corps-type mentality.
That's right.
What's the play call here? Inside the Team East 20, down by 10.
Well, my whole thing is let's get on the board right now. And I'd like to see a slot pass straight down a seam pattern to Malik Lovett.
Why not?
Hitting him in stride, a quick dart to him. I mean, you're on the 20-yard line. The pass, all it needs to be is inside the 5. Let Malik Lovett just dive right on in with the ball.
Well, we talked about Malik Lovett's inability to hang on to the football. Who's the only receiver for West without a drop? Malik Lovett.
Malik Lovett.
We had Kema Siverin with a drop and plenty of other guys who haven't even been able to get open here in this football game.
Yeah, despite Malik Lovett winning the Division II CIF